Game number 1, it's a best of 5. This is the first match of EU December Duels presented by Thrustmaster. We've got Krabby versus Mozzarella. Now, this is a 1v1 tournament. It's a smaller one. We've only got space for 8 players. We invited 4. And then we had 4 through an open qualifier. Krabby with the opening goal. On cue is the player from the open qualifier, so he is the underdog here. For anyone that has hung around for a while, oh, Mozzarella showing off the mechanics early, but anyone that's hung around here for a while, you are definitely familiar with Mozzarella. We've hosted lots of show matches featuring Mazza. One of the players I'm most excited about from Europe, certainly on his come up. And he's an upcoming French player. And I think at this point, we all know what the French scene brings to the table. Legend after legend after legend. So maybe, just maybe, Mozzarella will be the next legendary French player. He's got a single jump pop over the top of Krabby. Krabby just low boost there. Really kind of had to dive early and try to force Mozzarella's hand. Didn't feel comfortable sitting back defending on low boost. Now Krabby, we may not be as familiar with. Krabby, I know for me, I was not super familiar with Krabby until this offseason. I saw him making some waves over on Fear Stream in a couple of his events. I saw him in some Salt Mine qualifiers, some Arm the Rebels qualifiers, and then we were, we wanted to see some more Krabby. Oh my goodness, no way. Mozzarella, a very early challenge nearly turned it into a scoring opportunity. Krabby, the flip reset fake. Drops it underneath Mozzarella. Reclaimed the lead. Krabby's one of these, like I say, he's one of these players that I more recently have become familiar with. We wanted to see what he brings to the table in the 1v1 world. We've seen a couple show matches from Krabby. He's had, I think 1 win and 1 loss, actually, on my stream specifically. I know he's played plenty of others as well. He made a mistake here. Mozzarella will punish. But Krabby's been a lot of fun to watch. He's got the mechanics. He's got the pace. A lot of times, what we'll see with players that are more recently making their way to the top of the 1v1 world, many times they will have a kind of a less mechanics intense style. A lot of times they'll be very grounded, methodical, which is obviously a viable and effective strategy. But Krabby, he's got the mechanics to keep up with some of the pace that these top-level players can produce. I think that bodes well long-term for Krabby. Standard air dribble for Mozzarella, just over the top. Kind of delays that final touch. Makes Krabby sit still for just a moment longer. Krabby's first attempt is blocked, and we've seen that's another botch recovery from Krabby. We've seen a couple of these, and I knew Krabby was Krabby was playing, so it's definitely not a it's not a situation where he's not warm just yet. Maybe just a couple of mistakes that he can clean up throughout the series. Definitely does not want to give Mozzarella any more easy opportunities. Big challenge win. Krabby should be putting this one away. Back within 1. Mozzarella, just not the cleanest setup from his backboard. And when you are initiating those plays from deep in your own half, you got to be efficient and effective with every touch. Krabby's got some space. Mozzarella forced to back off with low boost. Goes low with the late 50. You know what I would have liked to see there? I would have liked to see Krabby just ignore the ball once Mozzarella went sailing by on low boost and just bump Mozzarella down the field a little bit. Mozzarella this time shows flip reset, goes low. He's built this lead up to 2, but plenty of time left. Krabby with a long shot. Just catches poor positioning for Mozzarella. See, he stopped boosting for just a moment. That was all Krabby needed. Small opening. Sent the shot directly on target to the far side. He'll have the next possession as well. It's a great low 50. Krabby's going to need to be careful here. He's low boost deep in Mozzarella's territory. And that is the risk with continuing to stick around. You know, after the first attempt, it was a little greedy for Krabby to try to catch that, wrap around it, and sneak it back in. There's obviously the chance that he could score it. More likely outcome. As he makes a mistake, Mozzarella makes a save, and of course, has an easy look for a counterattack. He'll need to be careful again. Krabby finds himself in low boost. Mozzarella takes his time. Oh my! Let's take a look at this. What a unique play. Mozzarella was hidden behind the ball from Krabby's POV. We could see that. And it looks fairly basic from Mozzarella's side, but with him hiding behind the ball, it becomes difficult for Krabby to read and see exactly where he's going to put that shot. And see him using the musty mechanic to get underneath it. Flick it up to the top shelf. Now with a 3-goal lead and such little time left, Mozzarella should be taking game 1. There we have it. Mozzarella takes game 1. We'll see if Krabby can clean it up here in game 2. He's into the Optic Gaming decal. See if that can provide him a spark. It's a great first defensive stand. Time, Mozzarella chooses to bring things down to the ground before lifting it back up for an aerial play. And it's a clean one. Air dribble into a flip reset. Just barely over the top of Krabby. Krabby, a quick response. It's a good flick to generate enough power. Actually, kind of sat on his opponent there. Mozzarella lining up the double touch. Oh, and he's drilled it. Kept it simple. Clean strike right down the middle of the net. Krabby had to guess. So much to cover there. Mozzarella had a few options as far as where to place the shot. And the tendency or the trend that I'm noticing here, Krabby is struggling to outplay. Now here's a good play. He's kept it simple, and this may be what he needs to do with Mozzarella. Pops it high, 50-50's low underneath the challenge. And he's struggling to put together, dangerous possessions. He scored some on kickoff. Obviously has been able to counterattack, which he got to do. But we're seeing Mozzarella put together plays like this right here when Krabby's back in defense, ready to make a goal line stand, a goal line save. But Mozzarella has just figured out ways to get around them, whether it's a flip reset, a double touch, or even just a well-placed shot. Krabby's going to need to... Oh, that's a unexpected demo. I didn't think that Mozzarella would have the momentum there. This could be an opportunity for Krabby. He's found the slightest of openings, and he needs to continue to punish with these opportunities. Fortunate spawn on the near side. Mozzarella recovery just barely too slow. This is what he's got to avoid. He's got to avoid allowing Mozzarella these same style of goals. Can't give away kickoff goals, and definitely do not want to give away easy counterattack goals. Or like we saw in game one, where Krabby made a mistake. Ended up turning over possession. Mozzarella up super early. It's really pushing the pace here. Krabby struggling to get a solid touch on the ball. There's one. He'll finally buy himself some time for a big boost pickup. Still stuck in defense. Mozzarella, first flick, buys him some space. Shows air roll shot before going low. And once he gets Krabby up off the ground, it's going to be difficult to make a stop, but it can happen. Right now, Mozzarella is one step ahead. We'll have another possession. There's a good stand for Krabby. We're back at square one, struggling to put together something when he does get possession. Now it's Mozzarella scoring in an open net the other way. Fake kickoff, Mozzarella, another possession. Flip reset air dribble. Mozzarella didn't like the look, and there's another mistake from Krabby. Probably going to keep him pinned in defense. He'll have a chance here. Let's put some decent power on it, but Mozzarella with plenty of boost in the tank, able to get back in time. And very similar story, except I would say more so in game two. Mozzarella just owning possession completely. Double flip reset shot is off the post. Krabby still unable to get his hands on the ball. And there's a mistake. Mozzarella didn't respect the immediate challenge. Thought Krabby would surely not dive. But at this point, Krabby feels the urgency, the desperation to put a goal in. And his aggression is rewarded. Let's see what he can put together. This is a clean possession. Double reset for Krabby. That's a well executed play. When he went for the double reset, I won't lie, I got nervous because I thought we're unfortunately going to see him probably send it high, send it wide, maybe get counterattacked. But he put together something risky in the air and then kind of backed off on the risk on the second half of things. You know, wave dashing down into the recovery, sending the shot high. It was a good play. Unfortunately, he does follow it up with another mistake here. Dodging to the right. Just flicked the stick the wrong direction. And the goal deficit is back to 2 for Krabby. That demo is going to burn a lot of time off the clock. Mozzarella put that actually dangerously close to his net. Very narrow angle. Mozzarella nearly finds it. Krabby needs to make the most of this possession. Mozzarella, again, just a step ahead, has perfectly read exactly what Krabby's going to do. That was an open look. Krabby's turned it into an open net scoring opportunity. Certainly not easy. Having to get all the way around this ball. Look at that angle. Krabby had to make it. He had to make that play quickly. Just did not have time to spare. 19 seconds left. He's brought it back within 1. He'll be on the back foot once again. Mozzarella daring him to step forward. Krabby has read the flick well. If he can put this on target, he'll tie things up. He's done it. Krabby has hung around. And in the final moments, the couple of big plays here at the end of game 2 has tied things up. 5 seconds to play. Krabby can steal this in regulation. He'll be in a great position moving into game 3. Reads Mozzarella's fake kickoff. Chip shot towards the target is threatening. Mozzarella able to make the save. Krabby with a great flick. He's done it. At 0 seconds in regulation, Krabby steals game 2 with an excellent flick to the far side. Look at the power generated from an absolute standstill. Krabby has tied up the series. Game 3. Always important in the best of 5. One of these two will be moving to match point. Mozzarella, challenge win, open look. He'll be the first to score. It's a well-manipulated challenge Mozzarella put together. However, it pings off the post. Scoreline remains 1-0. Krabby's approaching from the side. Easy read for Mozzarella. The early flick is good for an outplay in the midfield. Got his second. Possession for Krabby. Tries for some ground game. Flick is blocked by Mozzarella. In fact, now Mozzarella will be scoring in an open net. He's deleted Krabby from the field. Taking a 3-goal lead. Krabby will need to be careful here. Chosen the more cautious option, picking up the midfield boost. and preparing for defense. Again, Krabby finds himself in defense. That is a magnificent flick from Mozzarella. Wow. Oh my goodness, look at the power generated. Incredible strike. Mozzarella 4-0 to open game 3. Got good position on Krabby for the flip reset double touch. He'll be in trouble now. Krabby with a good recovery inside of his net. And the counterattack gives him his first. Now this is where we need to see Krabby level up. When he has possession, and he has Mozzarella pinned in defense, he has just struggled to create quality chances. Mozzarella dives early many times, catches Krabby by surprise, or forces an early play. Again, here we are. We see Krabby bounce dribble. Blocked by Mozzarella once more. Potentially another possession for Krabby. This time, Mozzarella with a very ambitious dive. I mean, Krabby just had the superior position there. And he knew it. You could see with the lack of urgency Krabby had with diving to that challenge. He knew if Mozzarella jumped, there were not many positive outcomes for his opponent. Lets Mozzarella dive into that challenge and find himself out of position. Krabby within 3, and this is similar to what we saw in game 2. While he did not have the same success putting together strong plays in offense that his opponent did, he hung around. He continued to score when Mozzarella gave him opportunities, had strong kickoffs, and just didn't let Mozzarella run away with things. I think is important. Within 4 right now. With the clock at 1:44, I think this is where he's got to draw a hard line in the sand here. Double reset for Mozzarella. Well defended, and Krabby scores his third. Exactly what he needed. See what Mozzarella does. Straight into the air. You have to wonder when or if Mozzarella will begin to play possession game and melt some time off the clock. He's taking all the boosts down the left side of the field. Forces Krabby back to the midfield, and now you can see it. Mozzarella, no urgency with his attack. And in taking his time, sets up a very effective air dribble bump. Krabby really had no way around it. Had to hope he could potentially bump his opponent back into the save. Mozzarella executed well. He's got his 7th, a 4-goal lead inside the final 50 seconds. Krabby still hanging around. Mozzarella made a couple good saves, but after finding himself on 0 boost inside the net, Krabby's tapped in a 4th. Delayed kickoff. I saw this yesterday throughout Open Qualifier as well. Krabby executes that delay kickoff from the diagonal spawn so well. Always able to put it around his opponent. Mozzarella gives him a nice one. Back within 2. Now it's Mozzarella throwing a delay kickoff. But ultimately, Krabby's the one that comes away with possession. Not the most ideal setup on the air dribble from the midfield. And now he finds himself on low boost, hustling back. Mozzarella once again looks to go low. And that was a big win for Mozzarella in the midfield. Putting in that 8th goal is going to secure things. Krabby, he does such a good job of hanging around, sticking around, making sure that he's always in the game. But this time, Mozzarella held the lead. He'll be taking game 3, moving to match point. One for the road, potentially. Mozzarella, the game 3 victor. Up 2-1 in the series. Game 4, potentially the final game. Mozzarella can win this. He'll move on to the semifinals tomorrow. Krabby has swapped over to the Finnick. Once again, looking to change things up and potentially get himself another win. We saw that last time he changed decals. This time he's chosen to change cars. Look at this. Mozzarella just has a perfect read on what Krabby's plan is. I don't know if we'll get to see it here in the replay, but Mozzarella's up before Krabby is. Like, before Krabby ever even jumps to pull that ball into an air dribble, Mozzarella's already up. And there's obviously a lot of risk with that kind of confidence in the pre-jump. You know, if Krabby's able to read things, or even if he can see it early enough, spot the pre-jump early enough and bring it down to the ground, Mozzarella's going to have a tough time to make a save. But thus far, Krabby has just not had an answer. Mozzarella beating the game so well. Oh, what a save. Krabby, a great recovery in the net. It looked like he was in trouble after Mozzarella had bumped him and put a shot on target, but Krabby with a quick recovery on the inside. Able to put in his first as well. Mozzarella securing all the boost, forcing Krabby back into defense. Earned himself some space. You see, when Krabby's able to grab possession, time and time again, he has 50 boost or less. Rarely do we see Krabby. We've seen it some, following a kickoff or a failed play by Mozzarella. Air dribble's good. Mozza gets his second. But time and time again, we see Krabby, when he does have possession and he does have space, and he can begin his own play, his own possession play, it is with half a tank or less. Whereas you can see Mozzarella just able to generate favorable positions. He's done it again. Krabby with an ambitious challenge, hoping for a pinch along the sidewall. Finds himself in low boost. And actually ends up knocking that ball into the back of his net. Now here's a chance. Oh no. We finally get an opportunity with boost in the tank. Krabby forgot the boost. Another perfect read for Mozzarella. 5-1. Mozzarella scores on the following kickoff. Fakes the next one, earns himself possession. Krabby, and we just talked about this. When he finally does have boost, he's able to put together a strong outplay. Gets his second goal. We are nearing the halfway point here in Game 4, but a little hope here for Krabby. Once again, from that diagonal spawn, we see the delayed kickoff executed well. Nearly finds a small opening. Mozzarella scrambles back to make the save. Late flip reset for Mozzarella. Gives him a sixth. 2:10 on the clock. We've seen a late comeback from Krabby. He's certainly not out of it yet. This is a promising position. The hook shot, and he goes low. Krabby plays it well. And this is what you want to see if you're a Krabby fan. When he does have these opportunities, he's got to make the most of them. Wrong kickoff. Krabby's dropped it off the front. Now he'll be pinned on the goal line. Mozzarella actually chooses against the boost. Instead, burning a little bit of time off the clock, pulling things back to his own side. Ground pinch. Actually placed to the top corner. Krabby's still got a little bit of time, but he'll need to make it happen. At least his first goal here soon. Got Mozzarella on a low boost. This is a promising opportunity. What an interesting decision. Krabby initiating the air dribble from behind the ball. Ends up pushing things to his own side before trying to reposition behind it and begin progressing towards the correct goal. Another aerial play. That's a great setup for Krabby. Looking for the dunk. Mozzarella's challenge is strong. Krabby really needed that goal. Or this one. Every second that ticks away, this gets less and less likely. Krabby's finally found an opportunity. It looked like he was about to drive away from it. The low 50. We'll give him his fourth. Got 20 seconds left, and that's a huge kickoff win for Mozzarella. Whoa, Krabby made it back in time. Mozzarella very wisely fakes a couple times. Gets his seventh, and that will almost certainly do it. Only 12 seconds remaining. Mozzarella up by 3. Hold on. Wait a second. Mozzarella with a cheeky fake here. Actually allows Krabby an immediate goal. Another fake for Mozzarella. But this time, it should be enough. The clock has hit 0. He can't score twice. Mozzarella takes a 3-1 victory and moves forward to the semifinal match.